Making videos is like eating spaghetti. It can look really delicious to eat, but once you start, you end up creating a massive mess. So let me teach you how to use a napkin. Hi, my name is Kristian and I'm a content creator for The Green Room. Making videos can be hard, so that's why I've chosen to show you how to make the perfect YouTube video. You might have this amazing idea, but once you film it, well, let's just say it could end up looking like the live action of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Who said that? And other times your execution could be perfect, but your thumbnails and editing let down everything else. Consequently, you're not getting the views that you could be getting. So how do you plan for the hopes of the perfect YouTube video? Expose someone with a lot of clout? Or you could follow my 6-point plan to success. First things first is planning. I normally come up with my best ideas in the middle of the night. I'm talking 3 AM, freshly just finished crying, and now I'm listening to my favorite sad playlist. But in all seriousness, my best ideas usually come in the most random of times. And when they do come, it's important to note them down. Don't ever think you're gonna remember it, because you never will. So make sure you write them down on a piece of paper, journal, on your phone, use the Notes app. At first, some of these make no sense whatsoever. So when I'm planning out my video, I use the following structure. An introduction, usually no longer than a minute. The content of the actual video itself, which technically has no time limit. And then the final goodbye, which I like to keep to less than 20 seconds because that's when you usually lose most of your audience. Now this is just a brief overview. Introduction, I make sure to include a greeting, the title of the video itself, what the viewer can expect from the video, and some sort of hook. So the next thing you need to worry about is actually filming. However, there are some crucial things you need to remember before filming. 1. Make sure your camera/device is fully charged. And that is literally it. Starting out, you don't need some giant fancy set. You don't need amazing lighting, and you don't need 10 different camera angles. Remember, it's not about the quality of your camera, it's about the quality of your content. And as crazy as this may seem, we have this thing in our solar system called the sun. He also does this thing where he produces light. So filming during the day is your best bet for the best lighting. And the next thing I'd like to say is don't expect things to go perfectly. And that's totally okay. If you're filming a video that needs to follow a strict script, such as a skip video, then this can be very frustrating. But if you're filming some kind of vlog, challenge, going on Omegle, then the unplanned things can make for the best content. Editing is where you can turn your video from Cinderella's happily ever after to toilet training a toddler. As you can imagine, there is quite the difference between the two. Trying to find your editing style can be weird. My best advice for you is to watch videos and creators that produce similar content to what you're trying to make. That way you can incorporate their editing style into your own. Thumbnails will make or break your video, no cap. Your eye isn't drawn to a certain video because of the title of it. It's drawn in because the thumbnail catches your eye. Your thumbnail needs to stand out and be as clear as possible. Thumbnails which are less crazily edited usually do better. It's usually recommended that your thumbnail includes the person or the subject of your video. When using text, it's important that it's legible. Yeah, the thumbnail could look really big when you're editing it, but when you upload it to YouTube, it becomes decently small. So use as little text as possible and make sure it's big enough to see. For thumbnails, not all of us have access to Photoshop. So my personal favorites for editing are usually Canva or PicMonkey. So once you finish filming and editing, you can just upload your video to YouTube. Hit public and you're the next David Dobrik. Sadly, this is not how it works. All the time you spent beforehand can really go to waste here. You need to make sure you're choosing the right title and tags to go along with your video. When you're trying to come up with a title, it's best to think about, does my title include the main aspect or most interesting part of my video? Can I match it to a similar title someone else has used? And does the title make sense? When you're following trends in content, it's best to replicate the original video's title, but add something to it to make yours look a little more appealing. Recently, Jade Ann started a trend where she watched a TikTok and basically the person sent out a quiz to their past crushes. She titled the video, "Sending a quiz to every boy I've had a crush on." Then variations came along, like exposed or they like me back, just to entice the audience more into clicking onto their video. Tags can really be difficult to get right, and for that very reason, I recommend TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is a Google Chrome extension that can really help you with your YouTube channel. I kid you not when I say that at least like 40% of YouTubers use this. It can give you tag ideas and rates the keywords of both the tags themselves and titles on search volume and competition. Advertising. If you want your video to be seen, then you have to let your audience know that there's something out there. It can be as little as texting one of your friends and saying, "Hey, can you please watch this?" to posting a story on Snapchat and Instagram saying, "Swipe up, got a new video." After all, not everyone has the notification bell turned on. So So what I went over today was a brief overview of how to make the perfect YouTube video. So if you'd like a more in-depth video of one of the selected things I talk about, please let us know in the comments and we'll try our best to replicate what you want. I hope this video helped you create your own content, and I can't wait to see your videos popping up on my recommended page. Like this video, subscribe to the Green Room, and we'll see you with another video very soon.